Now, all of this is in the name of the largest Russian doll. These are three Russian dolls, if you like, which we call the evaluation function. People need to know how to self-evaluate. That's the same thing we're doing with feedback here on the Hill. That's why it's so important to ask that person first, because the self-evaluation function takes us to true inner knowledge of our skill set. Now, it's important to understand how this works. It's not just a nice courtesy. There's a big difference. Even if you say the same thing as them, if you're telling them this worked and that one didn't quite work because she did it and you didn't respond and you're going down the list, they may open their mouth and have said the very same thing you did. But there's a huge difference. When they say it, it connects things differently in the brain. So now they own that information. You as the evaluator in third position in the exercise, your words go by because often the person dissociates when they hear them, like they have with all other evaluation in the world. We've got this habit, and we especially have it when somebody takes an authoritative tone and says, you did this right and that was good and that wasn't so good. Do you understand? So we want people to self-evaluate. Now I've got this in the same box that you've got module 3 in, and it really fits with the whole area of building your own values, discovering your own commitment, discovering the steps to get there. So self-evaluation builds leaders. If your company wants to build leaders, they need to get people to self-evaluate. This is a function that when people build it back into the system, back into the schools, I know there's a lot of teachers here, let the kids give their own report cards. No kidding. The kids have a lot to say about their effectiveness, and then they learn how to genuinely plan, to do what they want to build the skills, if someone is willing to support and coach them. And all of this creates, see, this is what I call the gift model. This is when we're training managers, we want them to actually give a gift to the company, which is really highly successful people who experience they're progressing in their work, love their jobs, and have something to contribute, and that the company benefits from that. So we want to have our jobs be meaningful. If you remember, this is a meaning quadrant. So we create meaningful work. If we self-evaluate, if we discover what we can do to increase our progress, to develop our effectiveness. Now this is a very simple model, a very simple feedback frame that as managers learn it all over the world, and Erickson is working in Fortune 1000 companies with simple models like this one. Guess what? Companies get empowered all the way down the line. Not just a few executives who are trying to steer the boat through the rapids. Everybody. And the Gallup polls start to show people enjoying their work, which is really, really important. 60% of our life is spent at work. Thoughts, everybody? Comments? Because people are going to ask you, what's the difference between coaching and managerial coaching? And there's real differences. We're talking about 10-minute sessions here. In 10 minutes, as we train managers, they can focus on where in the plan the person is at the moment, how's it going, is there any place where they're needing to really focus this week, and self-evaluation.